I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something that you have to earn.
From risky business to Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise is one of the highest grossing box office stars in the world. Starting his career off in the early 80s, Cruise has been a huge Hollywood name for decades. He has the looks and he has the talent, but Cruise also has another side to him that people maybe aren't such a big fan of. In light of his latest blockbuster release, Top Gun: Maverick, people are speaking out about Tom and his involvement with the Church of Scientology. And they aren't happy. Today we are talking about Tom Cruise, Tomorrow You Decide. Let us know who you want to see on the next episode, and make sure to give this video a like for more Where Are They Now? Tom Cruise started off his career in the early 80s when he was just 18 after moving to LA to pursue acting. He initially received a very small part in the movie Endless Love, but in only a couple years Tom would be doing anything but small roles. In 1983 he was in major classics like The Outsiders and Risky Business, which is the movie that started Tom off on his big-time career. In 1985, Cruise landed the male lead in Legend, and the following year was when his superstar status was officially sealed with his role in Top Gun. Top Gun wasn't the only big thing for Tom in 1986. This was also the year that he married his now ex-wife Mimi Rogers. Mimi Rogers is an American actress. She is in movies like Gung Ho, Austin Powers, and Full Body Massage. Mimi was also a member of the Church of Scientology. She was raised in Scientology after her father had joined in the 50s. Rogers and Cruise actually met through Scientology when she became a highly trained auditor and he was one of her clients. An auditor in the Church of Scientology, for those who don't know, is a person who, quote, takes an individual through times in their current or past lives with the purpose of ridding the individual of negative influences from past events or behaviors. Mimi and Tom got married the following year after they met on May 9th, 1987. They were married for 3 years until they divorced in February 1990. After their divorce, Tom Cruise met his second wife, actress Nicole Kidman, on the set of their 1990 film Days of Thunder. The two were married later that year on December 24th. The pair adopted 2 children together, Isabel and Connor. In 2001, however, Cruise filed for divorce from Kidman. It was widely reported that Nicole's refusal to become a member of the Church of Scientology was a factor in the split. He was then in a relationship with his Vanilla Sky co-star Penelope Cruz. The two lasted for 3 years before splitting up. Vanity Fair put out an article in 2012 stating that the leaders of the church went on a search for a partner for Tom after his breakup with Penelope. They reportedly held auditions with actresses who were already Scientologists. This eventually led to a short-lived relationship with a British actress who eventually ended up leaving Scientology. Cruise's lawyers put out statements denying these claims and even threatened to sue Vanity Fair, but a reporter stated that he received an email from director and ex-Scientologist Paul Haggis confirming the story. So it seems there's a theme here. Date Tom Cruise because he's Tom Cruise, break up with Tom Cruise because he's a Scientologist. Now let's talk a little bit about why the Church of Scientology is so controversial, if you don't already know. It is very complicated and there's a lot to wrap your head around. Some of the key points are that they don't believe in psychiatry or psychology. They think the practice is corrupt and instead promotes spiritual healing. From the Scientology website, quote, Scientology addresses the spirit, not the body or mind, and believes that man is far more than a product of his environment or his genes. Man is an immortal spiritual being. His experience extends well beyond a single lifetime. His capabilities are unlimited, even if not presently realized. They crack down hard on anyone who criticizes or questions them with threats and lawsuits, following a strategy called attack the attacker. People have compared Scientology to a cult and money grab due to the cost of the religious training. Now let's get back to Tom. All while he is going through his roller coaster of relationships, he's starring in hit movie after hit movie. In 1996, Cruise appeared in the Mission Impossible reboot as Ethan Hunt. That same year, Tom also took the starring role in Jerry Maguire, which led him to receive a Golden Globe and his second nomination for an Academy Award. He received his second Golden Globe and another nomination for an Academy Award after his role in the film Magnolia. In 2006, he received his third Golden Globe for his role in Tropic Thunder. Also in August of 2006, Paramount Pictures announced it was ending their 14-year relationship with Tom due to his controversial public behavior and views. More recently, in 2015 and 2017, he was in the 5th and 6th installments of the Mission Impossible series 2 decades after the first film was released. Now, We know Tom has had lots of famous movie roles in films that we all love, but I want to go back to 2005. In 2005, Tom Cruise began dating actress Katie Holmes. A month after their first public appearance as a couple, Tom had his famous moment on Oprah when he jumped up and down on her yellow couch professing his love for Katie. On October 6, 2005, the pair announced they were having a baby together, and in April of 2006, their daughter Suri was born. On November 18th, the two got married in Italy. They had a Scientology ceremony, and there was wide speculation that the marriage was arranged by the Church of Scientology. Cruise's best man was the head of Scientology, David Miscavige. 6 years later, they took fans by surprise when Katie Holmes filed for divorce from Tom. They were officially divorced on July 9, 2012. Cruise stated that the reason Katie divorced him was to protect her daughter Suri from Scientology and that their daughter was no longer a practicing member of the organization. Katie stated that she was tired of the members of the church interfering with her personal life between her, Tom, and their daughter. So where is he now? With the release of the new movie Top Gun Maverick, a Top Gun reboot which was released on May 27, 2020, has been receiving a lot of attention. Like any time a movie is rebooted, especially when it features an original cast member as famous as Tom Cruise, it has generated a lot of buzz, both positive and negative. On June 11th, actress Leah Remini tweeted out supporting a screenshot of ex-Church of Scientology member Claire Headley's Facebook post criticizing the recent praise that Tom was receiving for the new movie despite his active membership in the Church of Scientology. In the post, Claire expresses her distaste for Tom Cruise by saying the release of the new film only reminds her of his crimes against humanity, explaining that in her opinion destroying families is a crime against humanity. She goes on to bring up his relationship with his own daughter Suri, asking when was the last time he was with his child. According to Us Weekly's reports in July 2019, Tom hadn't seen Suri in well over 6 years, ultimately choosing his religion over his family. Claire then goes into briefly talk about her own experience with the church, referring to it as a cult. In her post, she wrote they had forced her to do things that she didn't want to do. When she finally fled in 2005, she shares that she only had $200 in the clothes on her back. The members tried to track her down to prevent her escape, but ultimately she was free from them. Claire says she will not watch the movie, nor will she ever support this quote, scam of a man. You can find her whole post on Twitter. Leah Remini, ex-member of the organization herself, tweeted along with Claire's post, quote, "Thank you to my friend Claire Headley for your courage. You have continued to speak out despite the non-stop attacks from Scientology." And as Claire says in her post below, Tom Cruise knows exactly what's going on in Scientology. Don't let the movie star charm fool you. Remini left the church in 2013 after being a member since she was 9 years old. Since then, Leah has written a book and created a docu-series about ex-members' stories and the truth about Scientology titled Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath. She often speaks out publicly about her experience as a member and the things that were practiced. She constantly uses her platform to speak out and bring to light what the Church of Scientology is all about. So, is Tom Cruise still a member of the Church of Scientology? Yes, and by the sounds of things, he doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. He has dedicated years of his life to this practice and seems to have made his decision. Will the Top Gun movie be affected by his decision to be a Scientologist? Probably not. But small steps are so important for making change, and I think these ladies, Claire and Leah, are using their platform and voices for good. What about you? Are you going to swear off Tom Cruise movies? Do you think Leah's overreacting, or will this put a fork in his career? Let us know your thoughts on Tom Cruise in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Maddie. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and let us know who you want to see next time on Where Are They Now?